Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are. And we are back with another fan film reaction. It is going to be Fan Film Factor February. So what we are doing for the majority of this month is we are going to be watching fan films that was on the 2023 list of Fan Film Factor's greatest hits. You know, me and Jefferson were a part of that podcast. And so that's what we're going to be doing this month. So with that preface, I'm going to introduce my co-host here, joined, of course, by my Trekkian arm. Zam, how you doing?
Greetings and salutations from the West Side.
And joining us, who also was a part of that Fan Film Factor podcast, but is from the Beyond Trek podcast, Jefferson Big J. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem. So we're just going to talk a little bit about this fan film. This is all these fan films that we are watching this month. Me and Jefferson had not seen that were on the Fan Film Factor, thing. So what we're doing is we're going through and we're going to be reacting to them because we have not seen them. So the first one we're going to be watching here today it's called 359, a Star Trek fan film production. It is done by David Ellis. They have 175 subscribers. The fan film has 11,000 views over the past 10 months. So this is actually an interesting one. I know I'm talking a little bit too much, but this is a very interesting one that me and Jefferson both said we want to watch this one because when we talked about it on the podcast with Jonathan Lane and Joshua Irwin from Avalon Universe, we were like, this sounds interesting. We really want to see this. So will it live up to the hype? We'll see. You boys ready?
I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's jump on into it. Actually, really quick, no, never mind. All right, let me know if you guys can hear this.
Hear it.
Damage report.
Oh, I like the name already.
The conduit is out on deck 17, section 5. On my way, Chief.
Sarah
Jones.
7% and dropping. Try rerouting to the secondary.
The Lost Baldwin brother.
The Lost Baldwin brother.
Hey, look, another cool name.
Get away from there.
It's a family project.
I like how it's starting out.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh.
We are the Borg. You will be assimilate. You will add your
Oh, lovely.
technological distinctiveness to our own. Resistance is futile.
Bit louder, please, Cheetah.
Okay.
Nice.
Mayday! Mayday! This is Commander Tyson Zahn of the USS Melbourne. If anyone is out there, please respond. Repeat, this is Commander Tyson Zahn of the USS Melbourne. If anyone is out there, please respond.
I'm here! I'm here!
I see that. And you are?
I see that.
Boyd. Ensign Gina Boyd, sir.
Commander Zahn, what's your duty assignment, Ensign?
Third shift tactical officer on the Kyushu.
Ops on the Melbourne.
The Melbourne. How bad?
My escape pod sensors went out, so I can't tell you what the damage is, but I wouldn't be out here.
Probably gone.
Yeah.
The port nacelle blew just as my pod was launched. I saw the ship lose power right before the shockwave hit. I think I was unconscious for a while. When I came to, I set course for the Kyushu's last known position, but no sign of her here.
Do you have sensors, Ensign?
Yes, sir. But only short range. There was a dampening field in place when we approached the system. We didn't get any readings until we were almost on top of them. Maybe...
No. The interference must be energy residue from the battle. I saw the cube warp out of here a while ago. I had just happened to be facing the right direction at the right time. I've actually been tumbling out here for a while.
I see you. Here. Let me fix that.
Thank you for that. I'm starting to get space sick.
Have you found anyone else?
You're the first, but I just got comms back online. I took a lot of damage getting clear of the Melbourne. You?
No, sir. To be honest, I was afraid the Borg would hear me.
It's a good thought. It wouldn't have mattered. Interference only just cleared up enough to get a signal through. Only short range at that. Jack Frazier, Operations Engineering Chief on the Roosevelt.
I was sleeping when the battle happened. That's why I'm in my
Well, it's good to
t-shirt.
hear another voice, Chief.
That's why my beard's so big.
Commander,
Zahn and Boyd. Yes, I've been listening.
A
But
creeper?
you're right. With the phasers, photon torpedoes,
It does
and
feel like an
exploded warp
interactive
cores
video game.
being pretty much kept deaf, dumb, and blind out here.
Well, this
anything
fan
we
film
can
was
do to get a message out.
From here, nothing. I'm pushing these systems to their limit. The escape pod transmitters just don't have the juice to cut through.
Probably take hours. To
this
get
fan
through
film was made during the
interference on
pandemic, so that's
messages.
why it's done this way.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm still scanning for the shortest route out of here.
Yeah, we should probably keep that as an option, sure, but I don't know.
But what? You think we should just be sitting here on our asses and doing nothing?
Oh. Okay, Shaw, simmer
A
down.
friend on the Council of Reactors 3. They thought waiting for the cavalry was the best idea. Before help could arrive, the Cardis had vaporized.
Setlick 3, good old O'Brien
The
stomping
Academy,
grounds.
they said
Yeah.
that was
The
never
Cardis.
confirmed.
Of course.
Carnies, yeah. That's what they called
Now the
Cardassians.
Spoonheads are our
'Cause-
friends.
Spoonhead,
I think
see?
our allies prefer the term Cardassians,
Spoonheads.
Chief
Oh,
Frazier.
God.
Whatever. The point
Yeah,
is,
racism in
Borg
the
works.
Federation, there is that.
and they
Love
take
it.
prisoners.
Love it.
I mean,
Don't know
that's
about you,
O'Brien
but I
called
have
him that
no
too.
intention of joining the collective today.
Fair enough.
Just
Can't
need
remember.
to get out of here. We don't even know if anybody's coming.
Actually, we do. Lieutenant Laura Weber, Commander. I was monitoring comms traffic on the Saratoga. Before we abandoned ship, we heard from the Enterprise.
Ooh.
She was damaged when she
Enterprise.
engaged the cube, but she's on her way.
So maybe we should stay here.
I'm telling you, it's a mistake.
I say we stay put for now.
You say.
They're an escape
Yeah,
pod. Where do they think
I
they're going to go?
say there are bound to be other survivors. Weber, if you have us on sensors, form up. You too, Frazier. We're going to continue to monitor local comm traffic for other escape pods and shuttles. In the meantime, Frazier, you keep looking for a way to escape or breach the interference. Until somebody else comes along that outranks me, I'm taking command of this group.
I feel better already.
Good. And by the way, Chief, you're out of uniform.
I'm a regular scofflaw. Be sure to bring it up at my court-martial.
Lieutenant Laura Weber of the USS Saratoga. If you are receiving this message, please respond. This is Lieutenant Laura Weber of the USS Saratoga. If you are receiving this message, please respond.
Still no response. Maybe Chief Frazier was right. We'll never get a message out from inside the interference zone.
Give it time. Whose turn was it?
Yours.
Okay. Here's a hard one. What Earth planet becomes the name of a star by removing the first letter, a number by removing the last letter, and a bird if you take away the first and last letters?
The
Hey, if it's
fuck?
too tough,
Just give me a minute, sir.
That's a tough one.
I'll give you 5. Be right back. Still no response to our signal, Commander.
Yeah, I know. I've been monitoring too. Any word from Frazier?
Not a peep.
Okay, I guess we need to check in then.
No, I want an answer to that trivia
On to
question.
Frazier.
Me too.
That's how they keep you watching till the end.
Come in.
It's going to be an after credits thing.
Frazier here. Miss me?
Yeah.
No.
something like that. Did you manage to find a way through the interference?
I did. In fact, I've been out. Set up a beacon to send a looping, long-range distress signal on all frequencies. Just got back now.
Lieutenant Weber, weren't you supposed to be keeping an eye on Chief Frazier?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I must have gotten distracted.
Look, Commander, I've been doing this a lot longer than all of you. I don't need anyone to babysit me.
I would say the opposite is true, considering you can't even follow a simple order.
I follow orders just fine, the ones that make sense. I didn't spend my entire career proving myself so that a bunch of Green Academy snots.
But you've proven nothing here. Other than that,
Green
you're
Academy
invincible.
stuff. The dude's a
Unpleasant
commander. That means he's
asshole.
at least been in service
you
for
are
10
still
years.
Out of
I would
uniform.
say.
At the least.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Riker was about 10 years in
Yeah.
when he became commander.
Yeah,
of
wasn't
the
Riker
Enterprise.
like around
You solved all of
29?
our
I have to
problems,
look
and I
that
guess
one
that's
up,
one
but
less thing for me to bring up at
Yeah, I
your
think he was.
court-martial.
I think he was right around 29, 30 when he took over as first officer on the Enterprise.
yep.
Ah, we missed the joke.
I was thinking to myself as well, like he's probably looking down at him because he's younger.
Ivy. The answer's Ivy. If you take away the I, then you have VY Canis Majoris. And if you take away the Y, then
Oh,
you have the
of
Roman numeral
course.
4. And if you take away the I and the Y, then you have a V, which is how a kid would draw a bird flying. That last part almost threw me, but
Jesus.
what did I miss?
I never would have guessed that.
Hello? Hello? Can anybody hear
Me neither.
This is Commander Tyson Zahn of the USS Melbourne. Could you activate your visual feed and identify yourself?
Margaret Bergen. I'm in an escape pod. I don't know how this works. The officer with me was injured when we left the Clark. She's dead.
The Clark.
It's a Bradbury class transport.
Transport. What the hell is a transport doing all the way out here?
The Melbourne. Did you say you owned the Melbourne? Oh, thank God. I was worried all the ships in the fleet had been destroyed.
Well,
Miss Bergen, I'm
About that.
yeah, right.
Gregory Bergen. He's a member of your crew. I was coming to meet him.
Lieutenant Bergen, mission specialist.
Yes, he's my son. Is he there? Can I speak to him?
He dead.
Bergen, I'm sorry. I'm in an escape pod too. The Melbourne has been destroyed.
Hello? Commander, are you still there? I can't hear you.
You're breaking up.
Ma'am, Miss Bergen, could you activate your homing beacon? I can walk you through it.
What's that?
The
She's.
portal says there's a tractor beam.
Well, she's worse than my dad.
Thank you. Tell Gregory I'll see him.
What happened? What happened to her?
I'm not sure. I lost her signal.
I couldn't get a fix on her.
Got it. The interference is getting worse. Should I go in for a closer look?
Do it, but keep an open channel. Boyd, Weber, get a sensor lock on them.
Yes, sir.
Tracking.
Should be closing in on our signal now. I think I have a sensor lock on our pod. Hard to tell, though. Can't get much of anything through all this interference. What the hell is generating all this?
Uh-oh.
Found it.
Hmm.
This is Chief Jack Fraser of the Roosevelt. Miss Bergen, do you copy?
Yeah.
We're losing your signal.
Fraser, get back here now.
It just brought visual back online.
Fraser!
Oh.
Fraser!
The first contact gong. I love it.
Mhm.
Weber, do you have him on sensors?
Negative. I lost him.
This isn't good. We should get out of here.
No, belay that
She
incident.
must
We
be.
have to
She must
figure
be fresh out of
what's
the academy. Her uniform doesn't
Lieutenant
even
Weber,
fit.
What is our
She's
max
acting a
sensor
bit
comm
too
range?
green for my liking.
With the new wave of interference, it's just a few kilometers.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. One of us is gonna stay here as the anchor. The other two are gonna head out along
Wait,
Fraser's course.
when is
Once they hit
uniform
max
fittings?
comm
On
range,
Tuesday.
One stays, one continues to his last known position.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. What if we're set on splitting up? Are we taking volunteers for anchor?
So they're all in escape pods floating around, but somehow they can maneuver them.
Well, yeah, they got propulsion jets on them.
Yeah, little
Okay.
thrusters.
3,
Yeah.
Mark 25.
Set.
But they can't go very far.
Thrusters,
I mean,
engage.
Oh, they're little cubes. I like it.
yeah, the Constitution or yeah,
Ensign Boyd,
Constellation
find the store.
Constellation class back there.
Keep an eye on us.
Count on it.
Is there room to
Approaching
maneuver in those
maximum range
cubes?
from our initial position,
Hmm?
Commander.
Okay.
Is there like a separate
Hold
quarters?
position here.
Like,
No, I think it's
Continuing our
just.
course.
what if you need to take a shit?
Then all stop.
I guess you gotta hold it.
Alright, I'm approaching Fraser's position.
Or-
For 3
now.
days. You can't hold it for 3 days.
There's
Makes it-
probably
In
like
the
a
second
a
pod,
pull down toilet or something like that. That like
earnings.
Fair
Sensors
enough.
aren't reading any life signs, but
There is so much interference.
There's no way to tell if that's accurate. I'm moving in closer. I'm going to see if I can boost the sensors to get any kind of residual signal.
Oh,
What
you
happened?
dead.
Lieutenant, I've lost him.
Me too. I'm gonna move in and see.
No, stay put. The commander said to stay put.
You're right. Holding position.
They've
Wait,
lost their two most
Got
experienced
something on short
people.
range sensors.
Is the commander's on?
I can't tell. It could be, but it looks too big to. I'm heading your way, Gina, and I'm sending you the telemetry for Fraser's beacon. Set a course for it and move! Full thrusters!
Yeah, frustrate your way out of there. Uh-oh. That's a
Lieutenant,
plug.
what's happening?
Just go!
Lieutenant Weber! Laura!
I'm surprised the Borg care about these individuals. Well, I didn't think they operated like that.
Jack Fraser of the Roosevelt, transmitting on emergency channel to any Federation starships. Set course for this.
I'm gonna make it.
There are survivors.
I'm gonna make it.
359.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
Set course for the signal. Armed survivors at Wolf 359.
We are the Borg. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
You know what? Having her in their collective will fucking be degrading their systems.
Wow. All right. Well, no post credit.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, wait.
Okay, now maybe I thought I saw something there. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
me
I
too.
accidentally went back this way. So.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it was.
All right. So.
I really like the concept of that. I think that's certainly different. Doing something that was like a Zoom call, for lack of a better word, and that was why when I heard about that one, I was very interested in it because I've seen a lot of fan films, and there's certainly a ton more than I've seen. And it's going to take a long while to catch up, but I would venture to say that that's the first one I've heard of that had a format like that.
I mean, yeah, it's exactly what I thought it would be, and it's exactly what I wanted out of it. But as I said during the thing, I don't know if you guys heard me, but one thing I forgot to mention prior to was that this fan film was made during the pandemic, so obviously they had to kind of change things a little bit and make, which I think they did really good with what they had to work with. All right, Zamo, what'd you think of that one?
Okay, I want to first of all add that when it comes to future Star Trek projects, what I really want is something similar to this, where we can have one and done films, TV shorts of just Star Trek personnel we don't know at all. People who don't need character arcs that go over several seasons. We're just watching them in this one thing, but it'd be a movie or whatever, and that's it. We might never see them again. And this is what I liked about this. A whole bunch of different Star Trek personnel in this very tragic situation where they weren't going to come out alive. And I liked it for that. These are people we've never seen before. And I very much appreciated that this is the only time we ever got with them. And I did like it. It was an interesting drama, interesting short. And it was different. And I liked it. It was great. Not perfect. You know, I thought some of the things they were doing was a bit silly here and there. But overall, the concept of it was very refreshing. And that appealed to me.
Okay. Jefferson, we'll start with you. Out of 10, what is your ranking? Unless you want us to go first. I know this is your first foray with us.
No, that's okay. Oh boy. That's tough because when I think of rankings now with the recent release of Crisis on Infinite Excaliburs, that has like just changed the scale of things in my opinion. I would have to say I'd give this one a strong 7.
Okay. I agree with you. I would also give it a very strong 7. As I said, I love the concept. I thought that that they worked with what they could. in, you know, with the pandemic going on when this was being filmed and everything. And I think they made it looked good. In my opinion, it looked really good too. And they kept the suspense going, even though as soon as I heard that gong, I knew they were getting assimilated. As soon as, you know, when that guy was, I heard that first contact gong, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I said, yes, please. That was so good.
And I just want to say, for anyone who is watching this, who's seen that film that might disagree, 7 right now is not bad. Like I said, when you've got films like Crisis on Infinite Excaliburs and Axanar and some of those other films, they've changed the scale. That's the thing, is you've just got a whole different scale. It's kind of like the warp scale change from TOS to TNG, because you get to a point where TOS time you're at warp 15, which kind of becomes equal to warp 7 or 8 in TNG, because the scale changes. You have to kind of scale things down. So that's it. There's nothing wrong with 7.
Yep. No. I mean, here 7 is very, you know, very generous for you know, fan film. I mean, we normally we take every factor that we can into consideration, the production, the, you know, the time in which it was produced, especially with pandemic stuff, you know. So, you know, we don't, you know, we've ranked things 10 out of 10, and they've been nowhere near the quality of like a Crisis on Infinite or Excaliburs or Axanar type format. So, you know, so all right, Zamo, what you think?
I'm with you guys on the 7, but I'm actually going to give it an 8. I commend these guys for what they did. You know, it's tragic for a start, which I do like one and done characters, which is when it comes to Star Trek fan films, so many people up their own asses who were wanting to create like legacy characters of their own, that have something like this is very refreshing. And like I said, it almost felt like, you know, a Telltale video game at first when I was watching it, with all these different people coming on screen, and maybe like choose your response, and maybe you should say this and say that, or see what happens. Regardless, I liked it very much. It was different, and it was different done well, different done good, and I appreciate that. I appreciate originality. So you get, even though I think it's definitely a 7, I'm going to give it that one extra for 8 for all of those things I just said.
Okay. Well, everybody out there in YouTube land, what did you think of this video? Or what did you think of this fan film? Sorry, were we not generous enough? Were we too generous? Were you not feeling this one? Let us know in the comments below. And with all that being said, everybody, please like, share, subscribe here on NerdTube, as well as check out Jefferson on Beyond Trek Podcast. There will be a link in the description where you can check out his YouTube channel and other things. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Catch you later.